Welcome back, you guys. This is Wicked Raider 22. Been a little under the weather this weekend, but certainly wanted to get this video out and recorded. I've actually had to go into my pay to play account because there are a couple of things that I want to show you. So, according to the title of this video, everyone has been doing a little work at the altar of souls. It's been a couple of days since the area with blessings and awakens has become available to everyone. And the one thing that I did forget, you have to be level 42 to access this area. So that's why we're on this account instead of our regular Wicked Raider 22 account. Now, there are a couple of things. I have certain listeners where you guys are kind of like me. We're going in, looking at what's available in this particular area, figuring out mortal, immortal, and eternal soul stones. Also looking at what and who we can awaken and who we cannot awaken, and exactly what that all will entail. There are a couple of things that you're going to notice, though, right away. And I want those who are building up to level 42. I want you guys to take a second and really think about this one. Some of the biggest things that have always been within the shortage list in this game would be silver and gems. Silver and gems has always been the number one thing that you've needed in order to continue team progression overall. As I've gone through the awakening system, and I've actually had a chance on this account, I've just been playing around, but I've awakened two champions because I pulled them, to be honest. I had them available. I wanted to see what the system was all about. So Dolor, the lore keeper, was one. This guy can pack a pretty good punch. I haven't done a review on him overall, but as you can see, took him through the awakening process and added a blessing as well. And I'll show you guys exactly where you can access the blessings. The other champion that I had a chance to go in this weekend and kind of play around with as far as awakening was Bellower. And this is a champion I actually pulled a couple of days ago. I've seen him on videos and with reviews, but this is what I noticed. I do have, and I just keep clicking out of where I want us to go. I have Sky Touch Shaman, for example. She's one of the champions that I would definitely like to awaken. But to awaken her, I need 4 stars. I'm still a little bit short as I don't have the potions that I need to awaken her. And this is kind of the thing. You have to be very mindful of your intentions. You will collect soul stones. And this is kind of where the soul collection caught me off guard on yesterday as I was peeling around. When you think about it, guys, rationally, we're in a game with over 1,000 champions. 1,000 champions. So the likelihood of pulling the champions that you use the most, it's going to be one of the challenges of this process. Now, can you create a wish list and increase your chances of obtaining champions on that wish list? The answer is yes. But you're also looking at, in essence, a new form of currency that is coming to the game. And whenever there's a new form of currency that's present, there are going to be new things to purchase. The Mystic Market is one of the first things that caught my mind. If you've noticed, even for those who are pay to play, the cost of the packages is huge. For those of us who are going at this from a free to play standpoint, you want to move extremely carefully. If you think about it, you're going to see mortal, immortal, and eternal soul stones pretty often. They're probably not going to run these in just full-blown events on a regular basis. I know there's been some readings from the Discord and a few other areas. I've seen that topic kind of pop up a few times. But when I think about the levels, when we come to the immortal soul stone and the eternal soul stone, whether it is a perfect stone, a perfect soul, or parts of a soul, there's a lot. There's a lot, and there's a lot of room for error as well. When you are thinking about it, what's going to be the overall cost and return on investment? What's that ROI? Because you're going to be putting in a lot. And this soul collection can get pretty full. And of course, you can add slots as necessary. Who do you choose to awaken? And a lot of that is going to be determined by who you end up pulling. Now, I will say when you come to the soul merchant area, these are some of the champions that are currently available. These champions change on a regular basis. But for example, when I come here at the time of this recording, I don't have any of these champions, none. So as you're thinking about it, most of us are playing with extremely limited teams. And so you're going in with the thought of how will this champion perform compared to, what they were like before. Here's another way. I had forgotten this portion and had to really go back. And Berserker was another one that I pulled actually in the shop. And so I went ahead and just slapped some equipment, some artifacts on him overall. But I wanted to get to the point of looking here. The way the skills look was updated as well to kind of make room and put everything in one spot. And the view of this, I really like. I like being able to see my levels as I work with the champion and start building and placing artifacts on them. And I also like the fact that you have that slot at the very bottom of your screen on the right-hand side for blessings in particular. Now, on a couple of my champions, I have chosen to use Phantom Touch. So Phantom Touch is one of those. It has a chance of inflicting bonus damage to one enemy whenever this champion hits enemy targets. When hitting multiple targets at once, only one champion will receive bonus damage. So I've kind of kept this for all of my big hitters, like all of my, it almost calls for a nuker. Like that's the person that I would want to attach this blessing to. The bonus damage is proportional to this champion's attack. So if you think about it, I'm also going to go in and look at what are the champion's skills based off of, because that's going to be a big one as well. High Awakening bonus has a chance of inflicting a second instance of bonus damage. And this is huge. I'm thinking about for early gamers, I'm thinking about those champions that you may decide to awaken, like Marquez. Some people may even try to go in with the Diabolist. I'm thinking about those. It would be nice if you could break out with like a sniper or something, but remember, you can't go below a rare. And some of my favorites are not rares. And that's the other part that kind of hurts. It would be nice to see what this would do on like an Armiger. It would be nice to know what this would do on a Shield Guard, because those are common and uncommon champions that we have all grown to love so much for those very reasons. When you're looking at secondary damage, you're looking at per star that we're able to awaken this champion, because remember, they have to be ascended to the level of the awakening or the soul stone that has been pulled from them. And then you can 6-star awaken them as well. So it's like adding an entirely different layer to your champion. You're looking at attack will go up by 300, HP would increase by 100, critical damage percentage also increases until the point where you've increased speed, critical damage, HP, and attack. That can make this one character pretty impressive. And the blessings that they have for rare champions is kind of where I've started. Those are the ones that I'll play with the most. My goal is to play and hopefully pull another Berserker. Do not awaken that particular champion, build them out exactly the same, and then run them side by side. It would be nice to have a comparison of the expectation for these champions as well. When you're looking at Bellower, Bellower was another one. He comes in with a really good kit. This is another champion that I've heard really good things with. I haven't had a chance to play with him as much as I'd like, but I'll definitely do a champion breakdown for him. But I decided for him to try something different and go with Survival Instinct, because even for lore, I did the same awakening that I did for Berserker. And so for him, I took a look at Blessing. Partially fills his champion's turn meter whenever a debuff is placed, spread, or transferred onto them. Occurs once per enemy turn. The one thing I do like about a lot of these awakenings is they either have a one-turn cooldown, which is amazing, but it's a skill that you're getting over and over and over again. And as you awaken him more, which he started out as a 3-star awakening, it really develops that character as well. When we come down, you can see that turn meter will have up to that 10% impact. You're going to be increasing speed just a little bit, added to critical damage. And also you will have the addition of 2,500 to HP. Now, don't forget, if you have a champion and you want to switch them out, you, of course, have the option of changing their blessing. But in this game, just like masteries and everything else, it may start out at a point where there's no cost, but costs are always going to be there. Guys, as you're moving through and you are looking for champions to awaken, and you start thinking about how you want to reframe your particular teams, especially when you're in dungeons, in Doom Tower, in Arena. These are the areas where there will need to be some changes to take place. There's one more area I want to show you guys before we just make this a little quick one. The other part of the game that's going to open to you when you make it to level 42 is going to be here, the Iron Twins Fortress. The affinity of the boss in this area changes every few days. So if there is an affinity, for example, that you normally do better against, I highly recommend you go into Iron Twin Fortress at that point. They're going to start at level 95, and each time it refreshes, your levels refresh as well. So notice that you start stage 1 for the boss is going to be at level 95, and this is going to progress all the way to level 350. Now, the rewards are definitely there. You can see by the number that's being dropped each time, it kind of tells you the expense that's going to come your way. And keep in mind, for this, you need both keys and energy. So you got to like space this out and really think about where you want to place those artifacts. I think this could be a pretty exciting portion of the game. As a newer player, I would definitely caution you to carefully approach your awakening. Think about the resources that you're putting in. Think about the champions that are going to be most worth it and kind of work yourself from there. It can be very tempting to jump in and just absolutely go for it. But as you will learn, as most of us are probably going to figure out, um, quick decisions can often be costly decisions. And we definitely don't want to do that. So tell me, who do you guys plan on awakening first? What champions are you looking forward to building your first awakened team with? Do you think it's going to be a really good addition to the game? And would you awaken every champion or only a select few? I definitely look forward to hearing from you guys. We're going to keep this one nice, short, and simple. Be sure to leave a comment. And if you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe. We post every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And I will talk to you soon.